Jewish too, for having this chronic pain condition.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I mean, it's pretty debilitating.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine. I mean, not to be like, oh, I can imagine, because let me tell you my story, but I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is a connective tissue disorder, but then I also have a kind of fibromyalgia that happens. And yeah, thanks for sharing that and saying that, because I think that it's a slippery slope with the connection between trauma and things like fibromyalgia, which is one of the biggest contested illnesses. It's still considered, psychogenic in like medical texts. So it's a slippery thing, because it's one thing to say this is all in your head. You're creating this, or let's just send you to a therapist or psychiatrist. That's very different than saying, oh my gosh, you had this trauma that probably did feed into your body's sense of like, we need to protect you. So I think of it like, I don't know if there are any type A people in here, overachievers, but I kind of think of it as like pain becomes this overachiever, but in the protection mode. So it's like, we need to protect you, so everything's shooting off faster and more. And I mean, I'm not saying this is like what underlies fibromyalgia. I don't know, and there are all kinds of different, there are lots of different studies. A doctor of mine sent me a study about, inflammation in the brain, that's becoming a more accepted idea that underlies fibromyalgia and things like that. But anyway, just thank you for saying that, but then also pointing out that, saying something's trauma and like trauma, that contributes to it is really not the same as saying, well, that's just a psychological condition. And like I said, even if something is just a psychological condition, well, psychological condition is a physical condition in and of itself. So it sort of becomes this kind of word soup mess of like, okay, how are we defining these things? Because a lot of our definitions that feed our conceptions are just not, like, they're just failing, So, yeah, was there any...